The National Museum of Mongolian History. The first museum in Mongolia, which is called the Mongol National Museum, was established in 1924 and became the basis for other museums, including the National Museum of Mongolian History. Since the establishment of museums in Mongolia, Mongolians have collected historically, ethnographically, and intellectually important objects relating to the country to share with future generations. Russian scholars such as Kozlov, Lisovsky, Simukov, and the American researcher Andrews contributed in the collection and display of the first museum in Mongolia. The National Museum of Mongolian History was established after the merger of historical, archaeological, and ethnographical departments of the State Central Museum and the Museum of the Revolution in 1991. It's now located in the faculty built for the Museum of Revolution, which was founded in 1971. The National Museum of Mongolian History is currently recognized as one of the leading museums in Mongolia. A significant responsibility for preserving Mongolian cultural heritage therefore lies with the museum. The National Museum of Mongolian History is a cultural, scientific, and educational organization which is responsible for the collection, care, and interpretation of the objects. The National Museum of Mongolian History houses the world's largest and most important collections of the Mongolian historical, ethnographical, and cultural objects, around 50,000 items, ranging from Mongolia's ancient past to the end of the 20th century. They ensure the long-term preservation of the National Museum of Mongolian History's collection and improve the collection through further crucial acquisition. The museum organizes archaeological and cultural field expeditions. We have 8 exhibition halls at first: ancient history, the ancient states period, traditional clothing and jewelry, Mongol tribes and Great Mongolia since 11th till 12th century, Mongolian Empire, Mongolia in the 15th till 19th centuries, traditional Mongolian culture and life, 20th century Mongolia. Since its inception, the museum has developed, directed by its stated goals to recognize the museum exhibition galleries as a whole, to provide access to exhibitions to Mongolians' extensive cultural heritage. One of its main focuses in recent times has been on implementing academic research projects. The museum is an active collaborating with internationally renowned research and cultural organizations from the Republic of Korea, United States of America, Germany, Japan, Norway, Italy, India, Holland, France, and Taiwan, providing vital Mongolian expertise to foreign research projects and drawing from their collection to develop internationally touring exhibitions. The Memorial Museum of the Victims of Political Repression is a branch museum of the National Museum of Mongolian History and was established in 1993 in the house of Ginding, former Prime Minister of Mongolia. This museum presents the repression which took place throughout Mongolia between 1922 and 1960. The museum is supported through admission fees and government funding from the Ministry of Education, Culture and Science. The National Museum of Mongolian History was the first museum in Mongolia to encourage access to the museum and its collections to a broad and diverse audience, including the general public and school groups. The museum receives around 30,000 visitors a year, approximately half of whom are foreign tourists. The biggest museum audience is the students. We have a strategic goal to be effectively marketing the museum to attract more visitors. Within the marketing and education program, the museum was opened the children's room and implemented family tickets and family day when low-price tickets are available for family groups. As part of the learning experience, the museum has produced for children aged 10 till 14 printed crossword puzzles, and for children aged 14 till 16, we are giving history lessons and activities in the exhibition hall. Museum staff have prepared and printed teachers' resource material, which includes text and colored photos of costumes, and it's distributed free for teachers, and organized traveling exhibitions to different places within Mongolia. By teaching children about their cultural heritage, we are making sure that Mongolians realize the value of cultural preservation.